Hey, everybody. Or me right now. Not everybody, just me. Goes there. This goes in the toolbox. Wrong drawer. I don't need these. These can go into brake stuff. I'm not gonna need those right now. These go over here. No, not yet. No, nothing. Oh, there we go. Well, guess when I made gaskets, I made them pretty good. There we go. Ta-da. I will need this tomorrow, though. But not that or that. Hey, Dowdy. I was not looking for 10 millimeter. I was looking for 3/8. And Mater. How's it going, Mater? Hope you're feeling better. How's your tunnels that were carpaled? I'll be right back. Right now, I'm just putting tools away, as I always seem to be putting tools away. But the ramp side, engine, transmission are back in. The clutch works this time because I used all the correct clutch parts. And I have the master cylinder on it, and I kind of have ish brakes. But it's not the same master cylinder. This is the old one. The one that was on it is completely frozen. I'm going to try to save it. Cool thing is, though, you can read that. Dayton, Ohio, USA, just up the road from me. Actually, the Moraine plant. Believe it or not, once that Moraine paint, not the Moraine plant, the paint plant next to the Moraine plant, I actually marked utilities for when they were tearing it down. Really cool place. But yeah, Dayton, Ohio, master cylinder. I'm going to have to save it. But the one that came in the ramp side as the replacement is 2 bolts instead of 4. And this is a single outlet here, and the current one is an outlet here and here. So I had to block one off. But it seems to work. We'll see. I haven't bled anything yet, but I am going to try to save this one for later. Other thing I had to do today is the carburetor spacers, little fabric spacers, one for each carburetor. I didn't have any base gaskets for, so you need one on each side of this. Otherwise, you're going to have some leaks. So I had to make some out of gasket material. Just lay this down, trace it, cut it out, punch holes in it. Boom, done. 4 times. Who else is in the chat now? I saw more people. Matt Thompson. What's going on, Matt? Mater started the first of several therapy. Oh, Mater, my wife is an occupational therapist, and she has a certification in hand therapy, and nobody likes going there. But everybody has goals. Like you want to be able to open a can of pop, can of beer. You want to be able to pull a soup tab. Whatever it is, tell them what you want your goal to be, and that's what they'll work for. Just let you know. Uh, it is a cool marking on the master. I like it. You like it a shirt, huh? They don't want us there, so we're going. Tools. No, I had all of it together. All my tools are on my rolling cart, so I'm kind of putting them up here on the bench and then putting them away so I can see what's going on. Sort of. Travie man. Completely disorganized. I didn't bother to ask. Audio good with the microphone up here still? I think so. Busted Radio, what's going on? Catching me live for the first time for the last time. Lone Star. I am just cleaning up my mess. I've got the engine and transmission back in the ramp side for the second time with the correct clutch parts, so the clutch works now. And it moved forwards and backwards on its own today, which is nice. That was when I didn't put a master cylinder in it, so I had to stop it by shutting it off and letting the clutch out. I put the replacement master cylinder in, which was not 100% correct, but the rod depth and everything was right. The bolt holes line up. It's just fewer bolt holes and more line holes, which is weird. But now there's remnants of a brake pedal. I haven't bled anything yet. I've got all the bleeders soaking because I'm sure they're seized and they're probably going to snap. And tomorrow I need to go through and do all the valve lash settings and get this thing to run well enough where I can do timing, because right now it won't idle. So I've either got valves too loose, too tight, carb settings are way off, the timing's way off. I'm not sure. It runs, it hits on 4 or 5, it pops and bangs. So I've got some work to do. But it does move and it does run. If you keep it off idle and keep feathering it, you can keep it going. Which tells me I probably need to go through the carburetors again too. But I recommend removing a water temp sensor that's painted in place without breaking something. Yeah, you can do that. Paint usually doesn't hold it too well. If you want to, if you can get a small screwdriver like this around the base of that painted part, just where the threads are, break it up a little bit, then turn it, that'll help. Building cabinets, well, Mater, that's a good thing. It takes a right hand for the nail in the staple gun. Audio's good. Awesome. Progress is indeed progress. I am feeling better. So, mid Thursday last week, I started feeling bad. Fever, chills, body tremor, body ache, whatever. Ended up having COVID. Who knew that was still a thing? Apparently it is. So, I was kind of down and out for all of Thursday. Felt horrible. The rest of Thursday into Friday. Friday midday, just kind of tired and achy, and been slowly less tired and achy every day since then. Today I'm pretty much normal, just a little bit worn down still, but not bad. So that's why, rolling an engine out and putting 4 bolts in, raising it up wasn't that big a deal to do that. Took all day. Take breaks, drink water, change your socks, Motrin, all the military things. It works. Yeah, when is the next engine going to grenade busted radial? That is a fair question. Three new ones home today. All right, well, then it's sort of I don't know, sort of a waiting game, or 3-card Monty with engines. Yeah. Which one has the grenade? No one knows. I am reaching sort of behind you to put tools away, but also helps me read comments. That's fine. Other than that, the wheels and tires seem to be okay on the ramp side. They're a couple of years old, but I don't see any checking or weathering from them sitting out for too long. I ordered a new bullet muffler. I'll be right back. Traffic man, go inside. This is the muffler that was on the ramp side. It's a 12-inch bullet muffler with 1.75 inch inlet outlet. I picked one up today because this thing, you can hear it. Yeah, this is completely solid with mouse house. It's not going anywhere. So I'm only saving it so when I get the new one, I make sure it's the same size and everything fits, and I'm gonna be able to use this tailpiece. But completely solid. Also, by far today, the longest process of having that engine in, knowing the clutch works, and then putting the rest of it together was putting all the friggin' tin on that thing. You have to put the ends on first, and then the bottom, and there's the sides, and then the top sides, and then there's a front piece, and then there's a bottom front piece, and there's little flappy doors. It's a pain. I had to take things on and off several times just to figure out what went where and when because I'm too dumb to go look it up on the internet. Trial and error. That's what I like. Mostly error, leading to a lot of trials. Yep. Also, if you don't have one of these, you should try to find one of these. This is an old, I think it's a railroad crescent wrench, or they said it was used on the railroads a lot. B and C. It's super fat. I really, really like this one. You can grab a lot of good stuff with this, and there's less slop in these than any of the new ones. Cool curvy handle too. It was an antique store find or thrift store, secondhand store, whatever you want to call it. And that has become my favorite crescent wrench. Okay, 3/8. That is a 3/8. That is not a 3/8. That one is. Yes. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, other than that, what are you guys going to talk about while I'm sitting here putting tools away and getting dirty and dirtier by the minute? I don't have anything to do. That's why we're all here. It's a waste of time to sit around and watch TV all the time. Get stuff done one way or another. That's what you got to do sometimes. Oh, that is actually an SAE crescent wrench. I think that was built before they even came up with the metric system. I'm not sure. It's pretty old though. Well, so when I looked at that crescent wrench, they say it was built for larger fasteners, like for railroad use, but it's not specifically for railroads. But I guess a lot of the guys carried them. I think that's why it's got the curved handle, but I haven't. That's also hollowed out, and I'm not sure what that's for. Who knows? I could look that up one day and let you know, but I don't know myself. Oh, what am I doing? This goes over here. Also, if you don't have one, everybody needs a good 2 or 3 pocket screwdrivers. If you've got one with a magnetic tip and one with like a Schrader valve removal tip, that's pretty much all you need. They're fantastic. You cannot even imagine how many times you'll use them once you have them. They used to give those things away like candy, and now they want like $3 or $4 a piece, and they're kind of crappy. Like that's an old AutoZone one, and I think it was an old Mac one. No, that doesn't sound right. Myers, not even Tools, or maybe that is Tools. I'm not sure, but I've had those forever. They're great. I have I have thought about doing some Fox can fix it pocket screwdrivers. I just need to find a pocket screwdriver that's not garbage that I like, and I'll probably get some of those. Socket? Nope. Oh, that socket's gone forever. Nope, there it is. Socket, socket, socket. What have we got? Old train steam whistle my dad stored in here in the garage. That's awesome. I don't know what I would do with a steam whistle, but I like the idea of them. Is that the same thing as like the calliope whistles on the riverboats? The ones up top that would play music? I think they're similar, except it's only one tone. It's obviously not musical. What is that? 11/16? I don't believe it. Half. Yep, that's a 3/8, all right. That goes there. All right. Bicep grips, bicep grips. What's going on, Robert? I am just cleaning up my messes that I have been making. And just to recap, I got the engine and transmission back into Rufus. The clutch actually works now because I've used all the correct parts. Somehow, I put the later model flywheel in. That was a huge mistake that I didn't even think about. But then I had taken the pressure plates apart and cleaned them because they're both really corroded. Neither one's in great shape, but somehow I flip flopped the inner pressure plate section. So this is the inner part of the pressure plate. And this is the outer section that has the fingers and it has the teeth for the starter. And this is a later model one. And I had installed this one. And what I figured out, because I was still, it wouldn't release the clutch, is that this one is thicker than the early ones. This one's about an inch. The earlier ones are like 0.8, 0.82, something like that. So there was no way it was going to release the clutch with this thing in. There was no room. So I figured that out. Just means I need to be more careful next time when I'm taking stuff apart. If I'd have been more careful, I could have saved myself a whole lot of engine taking out and putting in. That is for sure. I should definitely look up the pocket screwdrivers. I'm going to. Definitely. Maybe with next month's profits, I'll look up a batch of them. These extension. How's everybody else doing tonight? What do you got going on? I know Busted Radio has engines he just picked up. Mater's got hand therapy going on. Matt is working on removing an oil pressure switch or coolant temperature switch. It's got paint on it. Northern Home Garage has a crescent wrench like I have, but I don't know what he's using it on. You could, well, no, actually, you couldn't. The issue is the mounting ears are farther towards the outer pressure plate, so no matter what, it's going to push it down. I guess in the grand scheme of things, yeah, there's a way you could mill it, but you'd be shaving off the tabs and you'd be milling the surface down. It could have been done. Yeah, definitely. Machine shop could have done it. But since I had the right one and it was in the same condition as the one I took out, yeah, put it in. So far, I've driven it 10 feet and it doesn't seem to chatter or anything, so that's nice. Bolts, those bolts go to that. I don't want to lose those. Brass fittings, yes, don't need that. Do need that, don't need that. Be right back. There and there. Oh, I should put that away too, probably. It's been sitting out for a while. Excuse my reach. I have to get behind you. There we go. This thing's been sitting out on my bench for like a week. Really need to put that away. Hey, look, I need to put that away. Amazing. I think I'm down to the last layer of tools that I'm going to have to put away. Huzzah. Dancing Alone with Reynolds, welcome to the live stream. Later on at the end of the video, we should all clap. Oh wait, my bad hand is here. Never mind. Oh, he's giving Mater crap about hands. That's hilarious. Well, dancing, you haven't missed a whole lot. I've just been basically going over the fact that I videoed nothing, but got the engine back in and clutch working and master cylinder put in to the ramp side, and it sort of moves ish, but it runs like crap. So now I got to focus on uh, resetting the cold valve lash, which really, when I zipped the engine together, I just kind of eyeballed everything. So I got to go do valve lash. I may have to take the carburetors back off because it doesn't seem to have an idle circuit, but that may be valve lash related. It could have idle and it's just the valves are hanging up. I don't know yet. And after that, uh, stuff and things. I'm sure stuff will come up. I haven't even really looked at the points. I'm surprised it has spark at all. I should probably clean those, possibly replace them. Because the way it runs right now, it runs on probably 4 to 5 cylinders, pops back and forth, intake or exhaust. So I think there's a lean and ignition issue. It seems like I just need to stop, let it sit overnight, and start from the beginning of let's make sure this is correct. And once that's correct, let's go over here and make sure this is correct instead of just throwing things at it trying to fix a problem, which I was kind of getting towards the very slippery slope of doing this afternoon once I got it running and I was kind of pumped about it. So I thought better of it and I was like, nope, we'll just let it sit because I don't know where anything really is. Probably a better idea. Otherwise, I would have been getting frustrated and, you know, trying to fix things. And you change one thing, then you change another thing, but you didn't need to change this, and you did. Well, now this is really covering up this that you didn't need to change, and it's just you get this giant domino effect. So I'm trying to refrain from doing that. I'm trying to take my time on this. I'm trying to do it right and not injure this thing that I have brought back from the dead so far. Or maybe it is injured, who knows? But when I was putting it together, it didn't seem like anything was hurt. It felt like it had good compression rolled over by hand. Cylinder walls look decent. I think it'll be okay. I just need to go over everything slowly. Hearing it run was good motivation. Getting it to stay running on its own without me touching the gas pedal will be even better. That'll be great when I can stand back with it running and go, haha, I did a thing. Can't quite do that yet. What size is that? That's a 9/16. Oh, that's my backup 9/16. That goes up there. I have made such a mess of this place over the past like 2 months. It's not even funny. Oh, I also figured out, speaking of lug nut sockets, um, that thing, so the wheels that are on it are off of an S10, I think, like 1980s S10. And the lug nuts are the factory lug nuts from 62, and they're not quite right. They're not big enough, really. They're barely holding the wheels on. So, note to self, I need to go get bigger 7/16 lug nuts. So, that is a thing that I need to do. Yep. That's away. That's away. Now the mice will play. No, wait, socket. Yes. Ta-da. All right. Well, now that we pretty much cleaned everything up, I think we should make a mess again. I'm going to see if I can maybe get this master cylinder apart. So, I'm not going to do that tonight, obviously, but I am going to get this thing soaking in some Freol. There we go. I'd probably do it. We'll let that sit till tomorrow. That should be good. Adapter 7/16. We did it. Now, one other thing I'm going to have to do here soon is probably go to the metal scrappers and get rid of a whole bunch of extra stuff that I have now because of that. Because I'm not keeping any of the extra tin because the tin that I couldn't use doesn't fit because it came off a car. And I don't feel like storing Corvair car tin for years on end. It's just not something I have an interest in doing. If I find another Corvair, it better have 10 with it, or at least 9. Now, general workbench cleanup. I don't know why this hasn't been put away yet. Also, I didn't think that I still had the 3-stone hone, which is why I used the dingle ball hone when I did the Corvair engine. And in searching for another tool, I found my 3-stone hone. I could have used that the whole time. Oh well. Either one will work for the purposes of my very cheaply done cylinder honing. So should be okay. Oh, these are carb screws. I'm gonna keep those. Let's go there. That's also carburetor. I'll put all this away later. There we go. Those go to that. So 55 Oshkosh, you have the master cylinder like this one, single pot and single line coming in the side of it is the one that I got. And all the ones I've even seen online that say 4-bolt and correct for van or truck have a hole here, which I don't need. That's out in the airflow underneath the truck and it's going to get hit by stuff. So I can pipe plug that probably and just use the sideline. But if I can get this thing working and put the original back in with maybe the seals out of what I just took it out or put on, whatever I just did, whatever that thing is out there, I'll probably put this back on. I bet in 55 there's probably only like 4 master cylinders total that were even out there, including farm implements. There's probably like, we make 4. Which one do you want? A, B, C, or D? Oh, you want the big one? Okay. You'll probably find lots of stuff for a Corvair that is not on a Corvair, and every other car for that matter. All right. Well, I don't know what was in the bottom of this container, but it's not there anymore. Screws are still there. I think that might be powdered super clean. Huh. What do you know? Dehydrated super clean. Just add super clean. Now that's reusable. That hammer stays there. Here's a couple of the formerly stuck head bolts or cylinder jug bolts. I don't need these. I guess I'll be throwing those away. All right, what else can I make a mess of right now? I don't know what that's from. May be important. We'll save it. Sandcastle bucket, check. Now I can go make sandcastles. What is that? That's half a suspension bushing. For what? A shackle would. Who knows what it's for? I don't know. It's for a shackle for something. We'll put it over here with parts. What else is going on, anybody? It's a heavy duty bracket. I don't know what that's for. I'm finding lots of things that I have no clue what they're for as I'm cleaning up, which is interesting. But not that interesting. So, what other projects are out there that everybody's working on? Got any questions? Anybody need help with anything that I have maybe some good or bad ideas for? Things to do, things not to do? I'm full of those ideas. Ew. I don't think that that's supposed to be there. Yep. I don't need whatever sludge is on this plate. That's for sure. I'll be right back. There we go. All right. Another container saved. Do, 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 do. I've now got room, I think, to take two carburetors apart if I need to tomorrow, which is really my ultimate goal, was to get myself a nice clean surface here so I can do basically one carburetor here, tear it apart, one here, tear it apart. And I've already marked like passenger side, driver side on my paper towel so I know which one's which if I take it off. That's, I think I'm going to pull them apart and just blow through the idle circuits anyways. It's not going to hurt anything for me to do that. It's two bolts and a line basically to take those carbs off. They're really easy. The only thing I'm certain of is that I have accelerator pump and I have main jet, because if I hold it off idle at like 1500, 1600 RPMs, it'll run. It misses, but it'll run, which is where I think the valve lash comes in. It's not right. And probably ignition. I mean, I haven't got a real good look at that distributor. I just put it in there and it worked. So I'm sure it could use some cleaning. I'm not going to get that muffler for like another 3 or 4 days anyway, so I got nothing but time, really. All right. Well, now what? I done cleaned up most of my mess. I ain't got a stool I could sit on again. Don't need to, but could if I wanted to. Hmm. Yep. Oh, I'll be right back. Check out this monstrosity. This is the blower motor setup on that Corvair ramp side. This blower motor is actually above the differential, and there's a panel in the bed you can lift off that this bolts to, pull it out, so you don't have to finagle it around the engine or unbolt it like that. You can literally pull it out from the top. Of course, all those bolts are seized, and I can't get that panel off until I drill all those bolts out, so that's nice. So I took this out while the engine was out, and it is also seized. So I might as well, I guess, sort of pull this thing apart a little bit and see if I can save it, or if it's just a generic blower motor and I can get another one. So let's do that, shall we? Well, there goes my clean paper towels. It's all right. Good thing is these hoses are in good shape, so I don't have to buy new ones of those. That's convenient. This was also completely full of mouse house, and so is most of the ducting, and the ducting I haven't taken out yet is full of mouse house. So there's definitely a good chance that this blower motor is not going to do anything ever again, because it's probably full of mouse urine. But hey, the hose is good. I'll put that there, I guess. These are probably the original hose clamps. They seem like they are really, really good quality hose clamps, which you just don't get anymore. You think you get good hose clamps, and then they're garbage, man. I know. I just put all these tools away. Now I need tools again. Is that quarter inch? That's not quarter inch. Where's my quarter inch? There we go. That guy? Yeah. I wouldn't worry about that little guy. All right, to begin the beginning, please don't break. I mean, don't round either, though. For now. Not much left of that one. All right, that'll be vice grips. Ooh, there we go. That one's coming out. What I've found that's really weird with this Corvair ramp side, it's very rusty underneath, and it's even got some unibody frame sections that I'm gonna have to patch. But I have yet to break a bolt. Everything has come loose, even though it looks just horribly corroded and there's no chance. Everything has come loose. It just wants to live, which is great. I'm all for that. Low buck. The less I have to do, the better. Look at that. That horribly corroded came right out. Not coming off the socket, but it did come right out. There we go. Hmm? I can sort of see the squirrel cage in here, or gerbil wheel, whatever you want to call it. It does not look good. Come on, don't be that one. Just get out of there. Nice grippy grippies. Woo! Trying to see if I can't put a little bit of pressure on it and get it to break loose. Come on. I think it's because I said such good things about this. Is like, oh, everything's come free. You wouldn't believe it. It's my own fault. Oh, you son of a. All right. Slightly smaller or slightly different size of socket. 7? What is that? Oh, that'd probably fit. Yeah, that might work. The chat has gone quiet. And that's fine. But if you guys got anything, let me know. There we go. Got it. Tapping it with a hammer. Did the trick. Got it loose. I mean, stole my socket, but came loose. That's fine. Oh, this is going to be gross. Yeah. No, see, that turns. Okay. Maybe this motor, maybe this will work. I don't have a battery to check it with right now. But the fact that that's not seized means that probably will turn. And it was probably just all the garbage that's in here keeping it from turning. All right, so I'm going to put that there. Motor is a possible maybe. And I'm going to go dump all this outside because it's disgusting. I'll let you look at it. No, yeah, nope. That really is just getting it on me. Great. I'll be right back again. All right. We got the dirt. Now the mouse house. I need something. Gloves, plastic bag, disinfectant, anything. Long handled needle nose, maybe? This'll work, maybe. Yeah. Yep. Well, one batch. Uh-huh. No. Okay. Is there a flapper door or something here? Something looks like there's a damper. Oh, there is. Huh. That damper still works too. Good. Uh, oh man. No, there's another damper door here. That appears ceased. Ceased and desists. That's gonna take some tapping. Quote Buff from Buff's Garage. Which, if you get time, Buff, drop on by the chat. I'm not doing anything right now. You're not doing anything right now. Come visit my live stream. No, not gonna drink any more of that coffee. That may have mouse house in it. Not gonna chance it. Goodbye, coffee. Oh, it's probably getting too late for any more coffee, anyways. It's never too late for coffee. I don't know which way this door goes. It appears it goes up. Oh yeah, I freed it up. Now I can see the extent of the mouse house. Oh, there's more mouse house. Mouse lab. Hey, what do you know, guys? Hi, what's going on? Get out of there. It's not your house anymore. It's my house. Yeah. I think that got it all. Yeah. I feel semi-safe with that. Good. Okay. Both those dampers work. I've got to get rid of all these towels now. So much for marking them for my carburetors. I got all antsy in my pantsy, and now I gotta redo all this. But that motor might work. And now I got 5 pounds of mouse house out of whatever that is. I didn't put a socket in there, did I? No, that's just something really crunchy, possibly bones. Ew. All right. Well, redoing. Oh, what do we got? I had more things and stuff. Oh, that was a bit of a crazy talk. Wait, which one? Mine or Mater's? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I do need more paper towels. Unfortunately, that's where the laptop is. Got it. We can go back to being a stand now. Ta-da! It's just one of those big rolls of blue paper towels from the Freights of Harbor. They were on sale. I am kind of very interested to see if this motor will actually turn. But I need to clean up some of this, so I've got something to ground it to. Excuse me. Not gonna be a lot of good metal to ground to for sure. But I think this motor might work. Keep me, yeah, whatever. I don't care about that. All right. Sandpaper probably a little better than wire brush now. Some 60 grit. GI mechanics scale modeling. What is going on? Welcome to the chat. So far, basically covered that I got the engine transmission back into Rufus the ramp side for the second time, for the last time. The clutch is now correct because I used all the correct parts. Somehow I had flip flopped not only the flywheel, but the inner part of the pressure plate. Apparently, late and early are different. Early is thinner. It's not going to release if it's too thick. I figured that out all by myself. I got it wired up. I got the tin put on it today. Very time consuming to put the tin on. Big pain. It's probably not even on correctly, but it's all there. It's fine. Then I swapped out the master cylinder, but it's not the exact same one. So now I'm trying to free this one up. Got it soaking. I'll work on it tomorrow. If I can get it working, I'll put it back in. I like it better because it's a single line versus two lines with a single pot. And one is probably for a pressure switch, which means it's probably for a car, possibly. I don't know. And this one's also made at the Moraine plant in Dayton, Ohio, which I like. It's close to where I grew up. It's pretty cool. Probably lots of things used to be made there. Come on, clean metal. Give me something to ground to. And now currently, I've blown apart the whole blower motor setup on the ramp side because it's full mouse house, and I thought the blower motor was seized, but the blower motor turns. It's not great, but it do turn. So I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, it'll actually work. Got a little bit of shiny metal there. Work a little bit more, and then maybe we'll throw a battery at it and see what happens. There's some good bare metal. All right, we can ground to that. Battery. Well, you know what? Better mount this to something because, yeah. Okay, so you go here to vice number 2. There we go. And you shall go into vice number 1. But don't hit the squirrel cage. It's not something I say very often. All right, so if that's going to work, I mean, it's tight, but it's not frozen. Where's the bat? Oh, I got to get a battery. All right, look, I've already said this multiple times, but I'll be right back. Hopefully this battery's big enough to turn this blower motor. I don't know if it's got the cranking amps for it. Let's see. Where is our nice clean metal? Somewhere? Where did I metal at? Oh, of course, that's where I clamped that. Dumbass. No, it's not. There's the clean part. Double dumbass. It was fine. Yeah, okay. We are getting carried away, but that's all right. That's what we're here for. If we didn't get carried away, who would? Hopefully that's grounded enough. All right, let's see. That wire. Contact. Oh, yeah. That's really low speed, but I mean, it's not nothing. Yay! There we go. It's questionable for sure. It's got some juice in it. There we go. Come on. It's spinning a little faster. You guys hear that? Ooh, can you feel that breeze? No, you can't feel the breeze. Can you hear that? It's kind of wavering a little bit and picking up speed slowly. So I think if I just let that go for a while, it'll clean itself up. It's not hurt anything. You can do that for now. It's fine. Oh, I need to catch up on the chat. Anyways, hold on. Where 38R Racing? What's going on? Oh, so what was I working on tonight on the Corvair? Well, the update on the Corvair is that as this blower motor goes in the background, ooh, fancy. Engine and transmission's back in. Clutch works now. I got the tin on. I got it to actually move under its own power, forwards and backwards, like 10 feet each way. Doesn't really matter. Master cylinder's on. The replacement one is. It's not quite right, but it's the correct depth. It's the correct piston size. Everything threaded. I'm just not happy with it, so I'm going to try to clean up the old master cylinder. It does have a smidge of brakes now. And tomorrow I need to work on getting it to run right. So maybe going through the idle circuit on the carburetors again. I need to check the valve lash setting. I need to check timing. Lots of things. Southwest of Oklahoma, huh, GI? All right. I don't know if Clark's has a dual master. I have seen people that put a dual master in it as opposed to a single pot. And you can probably, it's probably like a generic 1980s GM something, like they all are. Probably what it is. But what I would be kind of afraid of going underneath where that thing is using anything with a plastic reservoir. I'm going to want a solid reservoir for sure. It does turn. I mean, it is a start. It's actually doing pretty good right now. There you go. It picked up the pace. Did you hear that suddenly pick up as it cleaned up? The brushes are clean now. I deem this repaired. Oh yeah, that's full speed. Okay, cool. Hey, we fixed another thing just by letting it go. All right. I love old motors, especially electrical ones. Usually they're gonna work. Just a little bit of cleaning. Yeah, I definitely need to get some oil down onto that thing for sure. Then the brushes just cleaned themselves up. I'm just not getting to that comment, but they did it themselves. Lube the shaft. Neverboard S10 Attic. What is going on? Thank you for coming to the live stream. Got a few minutes? Me too. What time is it? I haven't even looked. Hold on. Let me check my phone. We've been on for almost an hour. All right. I definitely need to somehow get some lube into this thing. Does this cover come off? It's like a weather cover, but it does have a thing on it. Oh, that clamp is not moving though. Yeah, we're gonna leave that one alone. And we will try to get some lubricity in here some other way. WD-40 and a straw. It's gonna get there somewhere. Now that we know this works, we can probably just throw it up on end. I don't want to squeeze it. I just want it to sit here. There we go. We'll get it to work down through there somehow. We'll try to get it from the other end as well. 8:30. Probably about 15 more minutes, and then I'm going to call it a night. This has been a really great live stream. We've been around for a little bit more than an hour. Lots of people in the chat. I really appreciate it. So, like, 15 more minutes and we should be good. Neverboard S10 just got here, so I can't kill it now. He just showed up. He'd think that we left because he got here. We didn't. By the way, that 406 and that S10 sounds really, really good. I did like the short where you just showed it rocking a little bit when you revved it. That was pretty cool. Did like that. If you haven't checked out Neverboard S10 Addict channel, you should. It's got a really cool big block. I think, yeah, that'd definitely be a big block. I think. Or is it a 400? Is that a small block that's in that S10 or is that a big block? Let me know. Either way, really cool. Dirt drags, mud drags truck, probably. But just got finished putting the engine in that and got that going. Just like I'm doing with a Corvair, except it's not a 406 and it's not going to do mud drags. Other than that, they are exactly the same. Yes, everything in the old days was meant to be serviced, which I think we should go back to. I mean, people always complain about, recycle, reduce, reuse, all this and that. But then we make all this disposable stuff and you got to get a new X every year. Okay, well, how about you make stuff rebuildable instead of all the laws they're trying to go to now where you're not allowed to service your own things or you don't own the car or you don't own the whatever. No, we should totally be allowed to work on everything. Everything should be serviceable. Everything should be, if you want to go look up how to do it, which almost anybody can with things like YouTube, you should be able to at least attempt to repair your own stuff. I mean, downside is you break it, you buy another one. Upside is you fix it, you don't have to buy another one. Hopefully, things start to trend that way. I really think they sort of already have. I've seen a lot more people, especially younger people, going towards trades and skills and learning how to do things for themselves. Maybe that's a good thing. What's going on, V? Welcome to the chat. We have about 15 more minutes. Dancing alone. Some of those piece of china parts should be, well, yeah, okay. If it is a quality part, like this electric motor that was basically just frozen and cleaned itself up just by running for a little bit, and you can definitely take apart, clean brushes, put back together like you can with old starters. That kind of stuff, definitely bring it back to the U.S. or Canada, Mexico, somewhere where they make a quality part. If you want to buy it, you own it long term. You want to be able to take it apart and fix it. When it breaks, parts should be available. The know-how should be available to do it. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be this thing of, oh, don't touch it. That's ours. You void the warranty. People should be allowed to fix their own stuff. You bought it, right? I forget what I was watching the other day, but they said one of the car companies or several car companies were trying to say that you don't own the programming in the computer of the car. That's proprietary. That's garbage. If I bought the car and I have the title of the car, I own everything. Everything in that car. If you don't want to update it, fine. But that computer, I own it. Whatever's on that computer, I own it. Freaking, you can't believe they're trying to say, oh, no, you don't own the programming in that. Yo, you want to bet? They're going to lose that fight. I guarantee you. Oli, what is going on? You are catching the tail end of the live stream. We're here till, I don't know, 8:45 ish, I think I said. 10 more minutes, something like that. Just been going over the ramp side is back in, the engine transmission is back in. The clutch does work now because I used all the correct parts. It moved backwards and forwards under its own power. Not well, because I haven't really set valve lash yet. I just kind of threw it together and eyeballed it. I haven't checked any carb settings. The timing is ish. It runs, but I know the timing is not all the way right on it yet. I haven't running long enough to be able to get the timing to go. I've probably got some ignition stuff that needs cleaned up because that distributor that's in it, I haven't done anything to it. I just took it out and put it back in. So I'm sure that there's some weak spark issues, possibly some coil issues. Um, put the replacement master cylinder in it, which was not quite correct, but does seem to work. So now it sort of has the feeling of a brake pedal ish if you pump it enough. And I have all the bleeder screws soaking, so I can try to crack those and maybe gravity bleed it eventually. And I'm waiting on a bullet muffler because the bullet muffler that was on the exhaust was completely full of mouse house. And we got this little motor going that's in the blower motor that was also full of mouse house. That pretty much covers everything, I think. Just rolling in the door. You and your West Coast rolling everywhere. Ugh. Just because it's like 4 p.m. where you live. I mean, geez. Think you could show up to some things. Also, I like the 55 video, or is it 56? The two-tone green Ford. I just saw that a couple days ago as I was laying around doing nothing, recovering from the COVID, which I'm mostly feeling much better now. I had a mostly full day of doing things, just taking lots of breaks. But, well, the final success of the day was this. This thing works again. So we'll be able to throw that back together. I don't have to buy another blower motor, which is nice. Glad I have this small battery that I can test things with. 530. Okay, fine. 4 530. That's the same thing. Like one's metric, one's standard. Anywho, basically, we've just been hanging out talking about car stuff. I cleaned up some of my workbench so I could do carb stuff, and then got the blower motor out of this housing. It's still has mouse things in it somehow. Anyways, got that all apart. Got the blower motor out. Got the seized door sort of working. It's gonna need some more help, but it is working. I guess we should spray that, huh? So this kind of works now. It's getting better all the time. Anyways, that's probably enough. I'll stand that up vertically so that actually does something. There we go. Good. WD-40. Never really was a WD-39 man myself. All right. And other than that, yeah, great successes and mess cleanup. That's what we've been doing. What else we got now? Shop Cat. Uh, Del Boca Vista. They don't want us there, so we're going. That's pretty much like all the car shows around here. Like people around me, the whole daily driver, you want to call it patina thing, beat up cars. That's not really around me. When I go to the cars and coffee stuff near me, a lot of Japanese stuff, a lot of high end stuff, and I show up with like a Ram 50 or a 79 Corvette. It's like it definitely doesn't fit the mix of things that are there. It's weird. I'm gonna have to find people around here that like old things that are broken but still work. Hmm. And that they don't want me there, so I'm going. I still show up to cars and coffee sometimes. Dancing alone only because our beer is stronger. Well, I do like some Canadian beers, but I also like Mexican beers. I like North American beers in general, as long as you throw Ireland into North America because we have to have the Guinness. Guinness is still the best beer. Seinfeld is so classic. I love the Seinfeld. Not a big fan of the Molson though. Don't like any of the beers in the green glass. I don't like the skunkiness. I did find a good Mexican beer on vacation. Superior. Has anybody had that? That's pretty good. Comes in like a small brown medicine bottle, kind of like Red Stripe. Superior is pretty good. Um, and other than that, Guinness. Guinness is still the best. Hmm. Mater left, I think. His one typing hand probably got tired, so it went to go take a nap. But in all seriousness, Mater apparently is going through hand therapy right now, post carpal tunnel surgery, I think. And he's just now getting back into therapy, which is good. I mean, the therapy is going to be painful, but he'll get a lot more range of motion. He'll be a lot happier if he just goes through with it. Broken but still works. Yes, that's how we like it. That should be a shirt. I need somebody to draw that. I'm not good at drawing. Somebody draw a nice thing. We'll make stickers and a shirt. Broken but still works. All right. Well, everybody seems to be here for the therapy. Make fun of the fan spin again. That fan spin, it does spin. I want to see if I fire it up now. Let's see if it spins fast right away or if it has to work up to it again since it's kind of cooled off. I wonder if it's just that those brushes got warm and that's why it suddenly spun faster. I don't think so. I think it was a matter of clean. There we go. So let's do it. We're going to throw this thing up and see one last time tonight if we've got a nice clean brush from the start and a high speed, or if it's got to get warmed up to get up to speed. My bet is it's going to work just fine right now. Of course, I'm also not very good at betting. Ready? Contact. Oh, that's full speed. Nope, that's full speed. It was 3/4 speed, so we were all mostly right. Yeah, that's good blower speed. Cool. All right, well, I think we let this thing soak in some juice some more, and it'll be just fine. Now I have to rejuicify it. We'll try some PB blasts. I need to get it up under there, actually. This is not the preferred method. Okay, it's foaming out all the sides. I'd say that's probably good now. We'll let that soak overnight. All right. Well, Oli, the rains have returned. Oh yeah, they just left my house. I don't think they headed west. I think I'm going to get what you're getting now, days from now. So great. So my grass is already about this tall. That's off the ground, not like screen height. Like it's, I practically have to bale it. I've got to mow the back in sections right now because I couldn't mow it for like 5 days when I really needed to. Some of it's gone to seed. It's hay at this point. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for coming to the live stream tonight. We're going to go ahead and call an end to this one. Any last comments out there before we shut it down? We've got 2, 3 minutes. Goofed around, enjoyed Monday. Didn't work on my truck today. It rained all day. Yeah. You can still cook up before 6. Very possibly. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for coming to the live stream. If you want me to do it again next week, we'll try to do it again next week, or we can stick to the every other week theory. And as long as 7:30 keeps working, we'll keep trying 7:30. All right, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Stay safe out there.